What were some of the things that caught your attention when you were researching Bitcoin as an analyst back then? And I'd love to dig into that a bit more.
Yeah. So one of the first big things that caught my mind was the long-term debt cycle. So, book by Ray Dalio, released, I think 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago now, about the long-term debt cycle. That's what caught my eye initially, right? And really the reality that the only way out of the current situation the US finds itself in is to debase the currency, right? Is to devalue the currency so that the debt we're paying back to people who purchased these promises from the US government would be to pay them back in devalued dollars. It's the only way out of a situation where we have 125% debt to GDP. The economy is extremely reliant on debt. So we can't pull back our issuance schedule. We have to just debase the currency. And so that was, kind of a really eye-opening moment for me, because it made me realize that, okay, this is the lens through which like all of my analysis will be shaped, right? Until I go to my grave, because this is the reality the United States is facing, and I'm still talking about it today. So that was one of the most intriguing things I initially came across, for as to why we're going to be, in a multi-decade bull market for asset prices. And Bitcoin is the only absolutely scarce asset, right, in the universe, except for, of course, time, right? And so, but you can't invest in time. You can invest your time, but you cannot invest in time unless you're an employer.
An allocation in a sense. Yeah,
exactly. So, every single person makes decisions. We're all capital allocators in our own right. We're all deciding how to spend our time. And so, in the same way that we try to budget our time efficiently, it's like you want to be, given that this is a known outcome, like the United States, all fiat, every single government around the world is faced with the same issue to some degree. Basically, everyone is faced with a much worse issue than the United States. So we'll kind of be the last ones to really pay the piper for this. But given that it's a reality, it's an inevitability all around the world, as a capital allocator, you want to put your money in the instrument that's best designed to hedge against that, right? Because you want to preserve what you're earning, essentially, right? Such that down the line you can spend your time doing other things, that aren't earning money, right? Retiring early, having a huge, or being able to leave your day job and then pursue things you're actually passionate about. And so basically, the Bitcoin thesis just boils down to that for me, right? It's the apex hedge against monetary debasement, which is a certainty given the US fiscal situation.